All right. Seems like I got volume back. I had to disconnect and reconnect mic. Anyhow, so we're not live trading, which was just a happy coincidence, but we can still see the relevant parts. So let me here start. So we're here showing how right side then can continue. So first part is that we go over the 20 on the 1 minute, come back down and go up again. So an entry would be here. And then we wanted to pass this cloud with 70 to 89, I think, 70 to 89. And I always forget, but I showed it in the last one, right? Yeah. So the first one is the 1 minute, and then the second is on the third minute. And we wanted to go up and then consolidate, or up, retest, and then go up, which it did over here. Here it also did, but it was like not really working directly. And then, so if it goes a bit more like this and then comes back and then goes, you can buy again. But in this case, the next band is a bit close, so maybe that's also why it couldn't go directly, because there was not like a lot to gain to enter more here, unless you knew you were going to hold for longer. So maybe if you're a larger player, you knew you were going to support it. I don't know. Anyhow, but if the band was a bit higher up, this would be a good entry here. So then what we couldn't see is how it came up to this band and how it did the same thing. I did talk about it, but now we see it in effect. So here it actually pops over a bit stronger and then comes back and retest. And this retest is also an entry, right? And I call that also second entry. It pops over, and then that's a second entry. In this case, the second entry is like a rotated WV, so to speak. And while here it was down rotating W, not how we say WV in Swedish, the W for some reason, not V in English. And so let me see. So you could buy here as well. That's a good entry. And now what I did since last video is I saw that we had a channel here. We already had this one. I didn't draw it, but I have it in the other view. So I redrew it here as well. So this is our main target, but we also had to consider this one, as we're already up quite a lot here. So we drew that, and that will be a clear target. And then we could actually re-enter here as it retests, and now these have changed place. So the lower time frame, the 1 minute, is now above the 3 minute. And now we can buy as it retests here. And if we miss that, we can buy as it retests here, and that would be the second entry style. And then our main target is this. Once it works, our main target is the trend line, but actually above that, because we have the liquidity is here, right? Not the peak. The one below the peak is the liquidity. And that will be, always try to hold, if it works, into the target. In this case, actually, I cheated. I sold some here because I had FOMO. But I know if it goes here, it goes to the target, because it needs the liquidity to to go down if it wants to go down, and came back here again. Let's see now if we can rebuild and actually continue even more. I thought initially that we were maybe this the third leg or it's just the second leg, and then we will need to go down to the 50 to start over. I'm not sure, we'll see. I use this as a pivot for seeing if we have some strength and can continue. It's a bit above there and also above the peak, so I wouldn't buy there, but I would buy strength and maybe strength and then weakness, as long as it's above here. I might do that later, but now, like, I don't know. Also, if we bought here, so let's show that. We bought here on the second entry, which I did. Then the stop, let me see, the stop would be, so the entry is here, and as we pass the 20, and then let's go down below this candle here, and then normally I'd sell in part as I showed in the first video, but actually I didn't. I risked it all, and my first sell is here at around 17. I thought it was a bit lower, but maybe my stop was a bit bigger. Maybe I actually bought like maybe up here, so not that far up. Wait, what happened? Something happened. Oh, it's too low. Oh yeah, I also moved down. Okay, I did both. That's not correct. So I think it had 16R. No, this is not correct. Okay. This is incorrect. Okay, so of course you don't always get to buy here if you're not ready, but I was ready. And this is my first sell around 16, and this one was 16.5. 16.5, yeah. So let's draw it somewhere in between, and we get 16.2. So this is a pretty good trade. I had a pretty huge size because my risk is low. It was a leveraged position. I think I did 10 leverage. Let me see. No, it's a 6.7 leverage, around that. But this is a good trade. As I said, if it shows some strength, I might like to rebuy it and build a position for a swing. So that will be, this is it's a bounce plus reversal trade, and a swing trade I would want to do above here, because I want it to be above the 5 on the daily, or 65 or 50, let's say 50 on the 30 minute, and we're already above this 50 and the 65. However, they started pointing up, and if we did a 65. Do that a bit thicker. You see it's still pointing down. And now I want it to go up above this. For this to start pointing up and for it to, like, let's say I drew this to have a drawing. So let's say it goes a bit like this. Then I'd like it by here or wherever it connects, right? So maybe it doesn't go this deep directly, but that's the principle. And yeah, that's the video. Hope the sound was all right. Sounds a bit almost like it's going over, but yeah. See you in the next video.